Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, Sai Ram and a very good evening. Long months, we are once again gathered here to be in Swami's divine presence. And I'm sure every single person in this hall, young or old, we're just all very happy to have you back with us, Swami, as the head of the family returns to us. The Narada Bhakti Sutra states, Sa tarati sa lokans tarayati. It means, having crossed over, the enlightened one takes along the rest of the world too, delivering them to the other side. This has been the sole purpose and reason that Sadguru embarked on a global tour, crossing over oceans and continents, carrying the message of oneness, touching, transforming, and inspiring countless individuals to walk the path of love and service, and thereby lead meaningful lives. He has just returned after a tour of 20 countries in every habitated continent of the world. Over the last 2 months, Sadhguru met thousands of devotees, addressed gatherings, met with leaders from various walks of life, heads of states, bureaucrats, sportsmen, tech entrepreneurs, business leaders, medical professionals, philanthropists, and humanitarians. There were public satsangs, visits to devotees' homes, inaugurations and launches of new facilities and programs, announcements of many more new projects such as medical centers and hospitals in South Africa, Malaysia, Argentina, a school in Malaysia, centers for human development in Greece, Germany, Croatia, Netherlands, New Zealand, and UK, apart from many other initiatives. There were radio and TV interviews, corporate events titled Heart to Heart, to create awareness about our global humanitarian projects. Irrespective of the country, language, or religion, everywhere he went, Sadhguru echoed the singular message of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that we all belong to one world, one family. We will now present a brief recap of Sadhguru's visits to each of these countries. Along with a few staff from the medical college and hospital, Sadhguru departed from Mudinhalli and landed at Dubai on the 6th of March. He visited the Swaminarayan Temple in Abu Dhabi, the BITS Pilani campus at Dubai, meeting academicians and industry leaders. From Dubai, Sadhguru flew to Johannesburg in South Africa, where a heart-to-heart event took place. Swami announced that a Sai Shiva facility will soon be established in South Africa, which will manufacture nutritional supplements catering to and in accordance to native ingredients and taste. He also met the former president, His Excellency Mr. Kaglema Motlanthe, and his wife, Mrs. Gugu Motlanthe, at their foundation's office. On the 12th, he traveled to Joy Village in Nigeria. A new basketball facility was inaugurated at the Embodiments of Love Academy, followed by a visit to the Arike Hospital. The next day, he traveled to Istanbul in Turkey, where he was joined by the first batch of girl students who completed their post-graduation and are serving in our girls' campuses. As the holy month of Ramadan was underway, a satsang was held at the Prema Yoga Ashram. From Turkey, the entourage landed in Athens, Greece. At a special event graced by India's ambassador to Greece, Mr. Rudrendra Tandon, two extraordinary women, Ms. Anastasia Tekai and Ms. Helen Soterio, who have been rendering yeoman service, were recognized and felicitated. The next destination was Italy, and Sadhguru visited 3 cities in this country. After landing in Rome, he proceeded to Massa Carrara in the Tuscany province, where the 21-feet statue of Bhagwan Baba is being carved from a single piece of marble. This statue will be installed in the upcoming 600-bed hospital during the centenary celebrations in November this year. The next day, Sadhguru flew to Padua near Venice and visited the University of Padua, one of the world's oldest universities established in 1222 AD. He met Dr. Angelo, director of the medical school, and explored the renowned anatomy theatre, where modern anatomical studies are said to have begun, with a legacy of groundbreaking discoveries by the likes of Galileo and Dr. William Harvey. Swami also visited the residence of Mr. Ampilio, an old devotee, and blessed him. From Padua, he flew to Assisi to the Casa del Divino Ashram, where private and public satsangs were held over the next 2 days. Similarly, there were public satsangs at Zagreb in Croatia, Augsburg in Germany, and Eindhoven in Netherlands. In Germany, Sadhguru flew from Augsburg to Tuttlingen to visit the Duffner factory, a facility celebrated for crafting the world's finest surgical instruments. An MOU was exchanged, paving way for collaboration in high-quality surgical instruments, joint research initiatives, and medical education programs. The vibrant tulip gardens of Keukenhof near Amsterdam in Netherlands gifted the entourage with beautiful pictures and memories. Yet another MOU was signed at the Philips Global headquarters in Eindhoven, underscoring our shared commitment towards affordable and quality healthcare. The European tour concluded in the United Kingdom. Here, a public satsang was organized in London and a heart-to-heart event was hosted in Leicester by Dr. Sanjeev Nichani, a celebrated pediatric cardiac surgeon from the Healing Little Hearts Foundation. And after this, Sadhguru departed to Argentina in South America. Two gatherings were held in Escobar near Buenos Aires, where the Love and Peace Ashram is situated. Swami also addressed a seminar on human values education. Thereafter, he undertook a multi-city tour of the United States, beginning with Atlanta, New Jersey, and New York. There was a 2-day visit to Toronto and Ottawa in Canada. Dr. Chandrasekhar, President and CEO of Asian Television Network, a leading media house in Canada, interviewed Sadhguru, which will be aired on their special TV segment titled Achievers that features individuals who make a positive impact on society. The US tour continued with Sadhguru returning to Washington, D.C., where a new facility of People Show's Tech Hub office was inaugurated. The next stop was Clarksdale in Mississippi for the inauguration of the upgraded Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Mother and Child Center. The event was attended by the city's mayor along with other dignitaries and healthcare leaders. From Clarksdale, Sadhguru proceeded to Mason in Ohio and Houston in Texas to bless the homes of devotees. Heart-to-heart events in both these cities were organized where many distinguished guests participated. The next stop was Mexico, and the divine visit was after 8 long years. Sadhguru visited Chihuahua briefly for a few hours where he addressed the One World One Family Conference before flying back into the United States. Upon his return to California, 2 events were hosted by Sri Sunil Gavaskar, one at the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco and at the Stanford University campus. Swami then proceeded to Southern California to Corona, a suburb of Los Angeles. He visited the Western University of Health Sciences, one of the largest medical schools in the US. From the US, Sadhguru traveled to the Fiji Islands. On the 24th of April, the 3rd anniversary of the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Children's Hospital was celebrated with the acting Prime Minister and the Health Minister of Fiji in attendance. A diabetes center for children was inaugurated and an MOU was exchanged between the Sai Prema Foundation and the Ministry of Health to further their shared vision and objective of skilling healthcare professionals in Fiji. Till date, 365 little children from Fiji and other island nations from the Pacific have been operated upon, gifting a new lease of life not only to these children but also to 365 families with renewed hope. Lord Krishna says in the Gita that in whatever manner noble ones conduct themselves, they set an example for the rest of the world to follow. It has been an extremely happy and proud moment for our global humanitarian mission as our founder and leader Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai was awarded the Honorary Companion of the Order of Fiji, the country's highest civilian award for his humanitarian work for the children and people of Fiji. It is noteworthy to mention that after our Honorable Prime Minister and President, Sadhguru is only the 3rd Indian to be conferred with this honor, which is equivalent to India's Bharat Ratna. And may I request everyone to please rise and let us all give a standing ovation for this very extraordinary moment. The Companion of the Order of Fiji was also conferred on Dr. Kripali Tapu, Director of the Sai Sanjeevani Children's Hospital, and Brother Sumit Tapu, Chairman of the Sai Prema Foundation. Top officials from the government of Fiji, including several ministers and deputy prime ministers, not only acknowledged and deeply appreciated the work being done, but also expressed keen interest to partner in our endeavors. They also remarked that this has been the best private-public partnership that has benefited their country so far. Sadhguru announced that by next year, A training facility will also be established in Fiji, which can upskill and train Fijian citizens as doctors, nurses, and paramedics in collaboration with our medical college. Mr. Sunit Mehta, India's High Commissioner to Fiji, hosted Sadhguru and the entourage at the India House to honor and express appreciation for all the impactful work. Devotees of New Zealand hosted Sadhguru between 28th to the 30th. In his first visit to the country, Swami remarked that he was there to infuse a new zeal into New Zealand, to reignite their hearts and bless them in their efforts to experience divinity. Mr. Deepak Patel, former international cricketer, hosted a heart-to-heart event that drew enlightening answers on varied topics. From Auckland, the entourage flew to Australia and proceeded to Murwillumbah, where the Heart of Love ashram is located. Following satsangs at Shangri-La, the residence of Mr. and Mrs. Gary Seaton, Sadhguru flew back to Sydney, where a fireside chat was hosted by Mr. Bryce McGain, former Australian cricketer. Indonesia was the next destination, and Sadhguru was welcomed with traditional songs and dance at Bali. During the public event, he launched the One World, One Family Foundation Indonesia chapter, blessing the foundation's members with guidance on the next steps. At Singapore, Sadhguru visited the Sunshine Welfare Action Mission, or Swami Home as it is known. An MOU was exchanged to facilitate knowledge sharing and training, particularly in geriatric care for our nurses from the medical college. On May 9th, an MOU was exchanged between the National University Hospital, Singapore's leading teaching hospital, and Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Children's Hospital, Fiji, paving the way for future healthcare collaborations and surgical missions. Discussions were held to explore training, teaching, and fellowship programs between our medical college here and the NU at Singapore. During the public satsang at Sai Anandam Ashram that evening, Sadhguru compared a desireless individual to a lion, strong, free, and content. Referring to Singapore's original Sanskrit name Simhapura, meaning city of lions, he called on Singaporeans to live up to this noble legacy, not through material strength, but by becoming happy lions, spiritually rooted, selfless, and fulfilled within. On May 10th, Sadhguru traveled from Singapore to Jenda Beg in Malaysia, and there was a private satsang that evening. On the 11th, the One World, One Family corporate program took place. It began with the recognition of 3 organizations for their outstanding humanitarian work in Malaysia and were conferred the Sri Madhusudan Sai humanitarian recognition. Kriya Lakshmi Gurukul for blending spiritual wisdom with service, offering free meals, yoga, and Vedic learning. Sangriang Senior Citizen Home, founded by Dato Yap Yok Mui, was recognized for its integrated care for over 900 elderly residents with love and dignity. Lastly, My Skills Foundation, founded by Mr. Pashupati Sitambaram, was celebrated for transforming over 18,000 at-risk youth into responsible change makers through training and mentorship. The evening culminated in a fireside chat themed Legacy Beyond Duty, hosted by Mr. Jay Bavisi, CEO of EC Council Group and University. In his message to the youth, Sadhguru urged them to take baby steps by helping at least one person beyond our circle every day, to serve with our heart, live ethically, and let our mind stay anchored in a higher purpose. From Jenda Beg, Sadhguru flew to Kuching in the Sarawak state of Malaysia. Upon landing, he met with Datuk Dr. Sim, Deputy Premier of Sarawak, a renowned cardiologist and Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government. The meeting included a thoughtful exchange on healthcare development in Sarawak, particularly in the area of pediatric care, with both sides exploring the possibility of future collaboration to enhance access to quality healthcare in the region. That evening, at the Vishwaniketanam Ashram, Gayatri Yantra was installed, followed by Gayatri Homa and the Gayatri Mantra initiation to devotees present. With this, Sadhguru's tour around the world in 68 days came to a close as he returned to Satyasai Grama late on Tuesday night.